On this episode of Tough Garage, we paint the undercarriage and suspension.
I think I just painted my undercarriage.
After bare metaling the whole undercarriage, I stitch welded both the chassis rails, the trans mount, and the rear suspension mount as well. I welded a support plate on the bend of the front half of the chassis rail on the Cortina, as they're known to be a weak point and can sometimes crack. A number of different tools were used to bare metal the undercarriage, and Leah will show them to you now.
Wire wheels work great and can remove everything, including rust. They can be used on both drills and grinders. Don't apply too much force and let them do the work. Wear eye protection, as when these get old, they start to fling out pieces of wire. Wire wheels come in all shapes and sizes. Seaweed wheels remove paint and nothing else. They work well, but keep them away from lips and edges because they can break away easily. Chemical paint stripper removes paint and softens putty. Scratch up the surface with some coarse sandpaper, then brush it on thick. It starts to work straight away, but let it work as much as it can before scraping it off. Small home sandblasters help with the hard to reach areas. Connect to a compressor and use with garnet.
Once the whole undercarriage was in bare metal, I used deoxidine to try and get rid of any small trace of surface rust. I then scuffed the whole lot in 60 grit sandpaper just to help the paint have a mechanical bond to attach itself to the bare metal. There were a few small areas where grinding had occurred. I put a little bit of body filler, sanded them smooth, and they were ready for paint. I then painted the whole undercarriage in 2-pack satin black. Once the satin black was completely cured, I then sprayed the car again in body deadener with a body deadener gun. This will work as a stone guard. This process of bare metaling and painting in 2-pack satin black was done to the front and rear suspension as well, along with the springs, stub axles and fuel tank. Into the fuel tank I put a brand new Walbro GSS 342 fuel pump. After a few small mods, it mounted to the standard cradle easily. The fuel tank was then mounted into place and I started bending up some 3/8 hardline to run all the way to the front. The hardline was mounted up using some cushion clamps and put into place. The front suspension got some new Super Pro bushes and new ball joints and was then put into place. The steering rack was already in good condition, so I just stripped that down, painted it and put it into place. I already had a hopper stoppers brake kit, so that was put back into place. All the nuts and bolts for the undercarriage were wire wheeled and cleaned up and sent to Elite Plating in Smithfield, who zinc plated the whole lot.
Today on Leah's Life Lessons, planning out your project. So you bought a project car, but what sort of project do you want? Is it a complete restoration or a quick tidy up? If it's a quick fix up, should it be off the road or is it your daily as well? Expect that if you take the car off the road, it could be a long time until it gets back on the road. If it's a complete restoration, are you committed to the long haul? Complete restorations are tough and can take many years, and sometimes lots of money, especially when ideas start snowballing. Whatever your plan is, remember to have fun with it, because that's what it's all about. Don't rush and don't give in too easily. If things aren't working out for you, walk away and come back a later time. A clear head can do wonders. That was it for today's Leah's Life Lessons. Triple up, out!
That's it for this episode. On the next episode, we install the rear suspension and epoxy the shell.
Please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And remember, press that bell for notifications. Yeah, we did it!
On this episode of Tough Garage, we paint the undercarriage and suspension.
That was cringe worthy. That was bad. The first one was good, that's it. We'll finish with it.
Wire wheels are great to... That was really bad. Wear eye protection... I forgot. Wear eye protection as these get old.
As when they get old.
Oh. Shut up. Use some coarse sandpaper to scratch up the surface with some very coarse sandpaper, then brush it on thick. Connect to a compressor.
Use compressor. I then scuffed the whole undercarriage with 60 grit sandpaper just to give it some... Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There were a few areas where grinding had occurred. What is that?
You've only got 9 minutes of
Footage. All the nuts and bolts for the undercarriage were wire wheeled.
Today on Leah's Life Lessons, playing
Playing with your project? That doesn't sound very good.
Is it a complete restoration?
Restorations? That's offensive.
It's not.
You said rest of Asians.
Is it okay, no, that's not funny.
I didn't say it was, mate.
If things aren't working for you,
Working out for you, yeah.
working for you, what's the part after that?
That's it for this episode. On the next episode, what do we do? We install
do stuff.
Yeah, we install the rear suspension and okay. That's it for this episode. On the next episode, we install. I forgot again.
Jesus.
We
Do
install
you
the
forget
rear
doing that part of your car,
suspension and
mate?
epoxy the shell. Okay, that's it for this episode. On the next episode, we install the rear suspension and epoxy the shell.